I bet those glasses make you see better.
All right, so we have, let's see. Moon, you say it's wrong to refuse to date a transgender person because they are trans, and in addition to that, Gabby, you said a man dating you agree a man dating a transgender woman is straight, and you also say you agree a man dating a transgender woman is straight. So that's Gabby, that's you. And then Moon, you said, you didn't say that it's straight, but you did say it's wrong to refuse to date a transgender person because they're trans. We'll start there. Why? Just curious. So if I refuse to date a transgender woman, that would be wrong. Why is that?
Depends on your reasoning for not dating her. Is it just because she's trans?
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
I believe personally that a transgender woman is in fact a woman.
Why?
So if you're speaking biologically, if she's had biological surgery that presents as a female, I believe that is presenting as a female. It's like if you drive a truck. I mean,
well, let me give you. Let's try to. I'll be as good faith on this as possible if you are. So let's back up.
Yeah.
What is a woman for you? What does that mean?
For me, as a woman who dates women, I would say someone feminine, someone probably with breasts, probably with a vagina.
Like a real one?
You know, real as in, yeah, a physical vagina, yeah. Uh-huh.
Like born with it?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
No.
So let me ask you this. If I were to ask you, let's pretend for a second I'm like your 10-year-old son.
All right.
And I come to you and I say, Mom, I'm not gay, but I'm going to go suck my girlfriend's dick.
I'm not gay, but I'm going to go suck my girlfriend's dick. All right, I hear you.
How do you reconcile that with him? Or no, not 10. Let's say like 14. How do you reconcile that with him and be like, no, you're right. That's not a gay act to go suck your girlfriend's dick. Can you just like walk me through the logic there?
Yeah, I know it's probably going to be different than yours, but first of all, I wouldn't care because that's my child.
I'm not saying you care. I'm not saying that from your view.
So there's nothing to reconcile.
There's anything that's wrong with that.
All right.
We're asking a specific question about homosexuality, heterosexuality, gay or straight. He's asking this question, is it gay if I do that? Am I a gay person if I go suck my girlfriend's dick? You say to him what?
Have fun.
Yeah, I know, but that's not, what's his question though?
My son wouldn't have a question.
Yeah, I know, but if he did, what is this question that I asked you?
Gay is a term that people in society chose to describe your sexuality. Whatever whatever descriptor he wants to use to describe his sexuality, that's up to him. It doesn't matter who he's having sex with.
What I'm asking you for, repeat back to me the question that your 14-year-old son's asking you.
I'm having sex with a transgender woman. Am I straight?
No. What's the question your son's asking you?
Maybe I'm not getting
If I suck my girlfriend's dick, Mom, am I gay? I want you to repeat that so I know that you know what he's asking you.
If I suck my girlfriend's dick, am I gay?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you walk him through that? Tell me.
Easy.
Okay.
Do you like this person?
Sure, he likes this person.
Does this person like you?
Absolutely.
Are y'all going to be engaging in this sexual activity in a safe place?
He says sure.
All right. Are their parents okay with it since they're probably both minors?
Sure. They say sure.
Have fun.
Okay, great. But what's the question though?
There is none. And for there to be one, I would not even say that I was a loving parent towards my child if there was any other question that didn't involve their happiness and their safety.
So you just basically never answer the question.
No, because there isn't one.
Right. Okay. And then who was the next one?
Yeah, so Gabby, you said that it's straight for a man to date a transgender woman.
Gabby, your son comes to you. I'm going to ask you the same question. And he says, hey, Mom, right? I'm 15. I can make my own decisions now. I'm in a sexual relationship. I'm going to suck my girlfriend's dick. Is that gay?
No.
Can you walk me through what you would say?
Wait, why did they got to be 15?
16, whatever.
18?
Because she's the mom. And so I'm like 15, 16, 17, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant for the point.
Do they present as a girl, as a woman?
Sure.
Oh, no, it's not gay. That's a lady. Lady with a dick.
A lady with a dick.
Yep.
I'm a lady with a dick when I want to. I mean, so does that make my partner hetero when I wear a strap?
Well,
no. I mean,
well, hang on. I feel like you just lied to me.
how?
Do you have a physical penis?
Nope.
Well, then why did you just say you're a lady with a dick? You just lied.
Because a dick is something that goes inside a vagina. It doesn't have to have blood.
So a
pumping through
cucumber's
it.
a dick?
If you use it as such, I mean.
So a cucumber's a dick?
If you attach it to a person,
I feel like when I say the word dick, I mean a penis that is attached to a male. And when you say dick, you don't actually mean the word dick.
I sure don't. Because,
right, exactly. So what you do is you just avoid the question.
No, because does the girl get off on the cucumber, or does the person with the vagina?
Sure, let's just assume they do.
This
Then
would
I'm
be
sure
this
she
would be like
considers it a
me
dick.
saying pussy is like
Peanut butter.
If I got
it's
some,
peanut butter, bro.
If I got a piece of meat from the grocery store and made love to it, that's a pussy.
Not at all. That's not the same at all. Not the same.
You
at all.
literally said like a banana or like a cucumber would be a dick.
Oh, obviously, a piece of meat isn't the same shape or anatomy as
Okay,
a
then the
vagina.
fucking mango.
Though.
I don't know. Whatever the fuck looks like.
No, so maybe if you said like if you carved a piece of meat into a vagina and put a hole in it.
Is there such a thing as a dildo?
Of course there is.
Is there such a thing as a male penis?
As a male penis, like yeah.
What's the difference between the two?
One has blood pumping through it, one does not.
Okay, great. So then it is the case that if I were to say to you that you're going over to suck your girlfriend's penis, we're talking about one category, not the other, right?
We're talking about what I call a fleshy penis.
Okay,
Sure.
so if we are talking about that, then how can you possibly say a cucumber is a penis to you?
Because the same way, if I put on a strap tonight and I go home and my girlfriend
Then you have made the
sucks my
category
dick,
differential that's a dildo and not a penis.
No, it's not about the equipment, it's about the wearer. If you put on a fake vagina today, right now, and you said to us, I am now a woman, I have on a, quote, fake vagina.
Wait, it's fake, though.
That's why I'm saying.
It is fake,
to
though.
us, it may be, but if you are presenting and telling us to respect you as a female person.
But is it true?
Do you believe it's true?
I know.
Okay.
Of
so
course not. It's like objectively not true, right?
I think, exactly. So that's why it's not about what you feel like. It's about what the
I know it's
wearer
objectively
feels.
not true because you made the differential yourself. There's a difference between a dildo and a penis.
Of course there is.
So if there's an attachment distinction, if you have that same attachment, homosexual meaning same sex, you suck on the penis of the same sex, how is that not gay?
I don't think there's because gay just means you're having sex with someone of the same sex.
Got it.
However,
Wait. No. What does gay mean?
That you're having sex with someone of the same sex.
And if you're having sex with someone in this case who you call your girlfriend and has a penis, they are the same.
No, because if that girlfriend with the penis decided that she wanted to be a he or a they, it's not about the sex, it's about the orientation of the person. I have a full vagina biologically, but if I present it as male and I said I'm a male and my partner respects me as a male and uses he, him pronouns, that makes me a male.
You said gay is somebody who engages in sex with somebody of the same sex.
That's right.
If you engage with sex with with a person who's a male who has a penis, even if they present, hang on, even if they present as a female, by your own logical criteria, they would have to be gay.
I want to put it this way. I think that your questions are reserved for a specific subset of people who simply don't get it and never will, And that's just fine with me, because those who do.
But you do realize that like logic has to be consistent or so logical.
I feel like the
You don't
human
feel like
sexual
logic has to be
experience
consistent?
is not quantifiable, calculatable,
Oh, I can't
or
wait to hear
describable.
this. Go ahead.
No, I have a question about like the words that you use. So you're saying, is it gay? Is it gay? Is it gay? What if we said
Like
no.
negatively.
Wait. Don't lie. I asked her what gay means, didn't I?
well, yes.
And what did
I mean,
she
I don't think
say?
anybody can
Hang on,
deny
and
what
what did
gay
she
means.
say?
She said that it's having sex with someone of the same sex.
So it's not me. Hang on. So then before you get into whatever you're about to get into,
Okay.
I actually asked what her criteria for gay was and used that, didn't I? Hang
Okay.
on. Didn't I use actually what her criteria for gay was?
So can I?
Hang on. Didn't I?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Now go ahead.
What if we, instead of using the word gay, use the word queer?
Okay. Well, queer means what?
Queer means like having sex with people of either the same gender or a different gender than you, but it's still not like.
What makes you queer though?
Not
Like what
being
makes
hetero, right?
what
I
makes
guess
you
in that instance,
what
it
makes
would be
you
the
not
gender part of it would make it not specifically gay or straight.
So if I were having sex with a biological female as a biological male, but she identified as being a male and I identified as being a female, we changed nothing. We changed no phenotypical. Hang on.
It's up to you guys.
Stop. So then all that makes it queer is that we self-ID that we're queer?
That's right, because
Yeah,
who cares about
I
what you
guess.
think or what you think or what you think?
So then how does that word have meaning?
It
What is
doesn't.
Hang on.
It doesn't.
Exactly.
That's right.
Perfect.
I don't know
Word
what do you think
queer?
about this argument, Andrew?
In a way.
If when women who are lesbians told us we were lesbians, we actually said,
Yeah, what makes Brian not a lesbian,
He
actually?
doesn't have a vagina or identify with a vagina
Oh, that's
or consider
crazy.
himself.
That's crazy.
Are you
to
a
me,
woman?
though.
Do you consider yourself to be
that's
female?
not the argument I was
if
talking
about.
Brian's-
His identity.
I know.
It's
I'm
about
not
his
ready for that
identity.
yet. I just got to ask if Brian's flopped out his penis and said it's a vagina, and a
That's
woman
not-
sucked it. Is he a lesbian then if he identifies as a
Are you guys able to scoot over?
If he identifies
this way, just a tad. Sorry, go ahead.
So if Brian identifies as a lesbian, he whips out his penis, a woman sucks it, right? Mm-hmm. He's a lesbian.
Is he? I mean,
if he wants to say he is,
that's
then
up
he,
to him and the
he-
woman he's doing.
He might be ridiculous, but
Then what are we pointing to here with these words? They're empty labels. Like me, I'm Andrew. You guys all know that I'm Andrew. What makes me Andrew, though? What makes me an Andrew? If there was another guy sitting here, like let's say Brian's name was Andrew, there's two different Andrews, right?
Yep.
The label is empty then. It doesn't point at anything. It's just a label that says, I'm Andrew. But if I wanted to give a descriptor for something like heterosexual, homosexual, I'd have to be pointing towards some behavior, activity, something, right? Something I'd have to be pointing to. So what am I pointing to?
If the question is labels, I can't speak for any other LGBT
No, it's not just
person,
labels.
but
It's definitionally, if Brian says he's a lesbian, what makes him a liar?
it's that he doesn't have the follow through of actually showing that that's what he's interested in.
What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything.
he's not dressed like a woman. He's not presenting as a woman.
So you can only
He's
be
never
that gender
taken on
if
that
you
identity.
So you can only be that gender if you present that way?
Nope. If you
Well,
say
then that's a contradiction.
him,
All right,
for-
fine.
for-
We can move
yeah.
on.
Are there transgender people in China?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Is it accepted though?
Yes.
Not widely.
Not widely. Okay.
It's providential, right?
Like secretly?
Yeah.
I guess so, but there is a famous dancer as well as a comedian, a talk show comedian who is like trans, like she.
Okay.
But
And,
it's also hated, right?
okay. So
Right.
you said
That
makes sense.
Yeah, you wouldn't want your family to.
you
be
said a man
trans.
dating a transgender woman is straight. Why do you think that is?
It's all a matter of definition. Like if you say it's transgender woman, you already define her as a woman, then automatically like that person would be straight.
Right, she's right. It's just trivially true. So if you define it as such, it would just be trivially true, but it doesn't point at what we're trying to point at. So she's right. Like it would just be trivially true if you said a woman is anybody who identifies as a woman, I identify as a woman, then it's trivially true that I'm a woman.
Yep.
Right? But it doesn't point at anything, right? We're not pointing.
Who's pointing?
I
Well,
feel like
because-
I'm in the
because
middle. I
anytime-
understand what you're saying, but
because
I
anytime
understand
we
the
make-
people who have that mindset
Yeah, because
as
anytime we
well.
make a definition of anything, we want it to point to the thing we're pointing to, right?
Why does any human feel like they need to define or point towards any other human sexuality? Or
Because
what
we
they're
couldn't
doing
have
behind closed
communication
doors?
if we didn't have definitions for what we're trying to communicate.
Well, that needs to change.
No, it doesn't. If
I
I'm
feel like
smoking a cigarette and everybody knows what cigarette means, and you're trying to convey the information that I'm smoking a cigarette, but I'm actually chewing gum, does it make sense that you say cigarette for gum if nobody understands what you're saying?
Unless you're chewing nicotine gum.
See,
Yeah,
that's
but
what I'm
you see what I
trying
mean?
to
Like,
say
you
about
just made
gay
my
and
point for me.
queer. It's that the reason that in this circumstance of the example you were giving before with the son and the transgender girlfriend, it's that you wouldn't specifically say, is it gay? Because the person
No, but he
is...
does say
It's
that.
queer.
He does ask that.
What?
So I would say queer.
So what is a woman?
A woman, I mean, oh my gosh, I have to get into it. Like,
Yes.
a woman basically is usually a person who is born with a vagina and the genitalia of what we typically would know as a woman.
Usually he's doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Usually,
You
it
say
is.
it's doing a lot
Because
of.
I know that there's people who
Yeah, so
don't
what is a woman? Like when we point to a definition, we don't say usually,
No, I
right?
know.
Because otherwise the definition doesn't mean anything.
Try to
Right?
be
Like
inclusive.
if I said a camera's usually a component base that a camera had but also an electrical board had, I'm not pointing at anything. So what is a woman?
A woman is someone who has a vagina.
Born with a vagina.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
can I ask a clarifying question on that?
Okay.
So you're familiar with the term neo-vagina?
Actually, I'm not.
Okay, so you know-
Neo?
But she said
Okay.
born with.
Oh, is that something
Did,
like you?
did she say born?
She
I
said
thought
born
I
with.
thought she was a woman with a vagina. Can you repeat it one more time?
I would say, yeah, a woman born with a vagina.
Oh, okay, fair enough. What's a woman?
Anyone who presents or identifies as a woman.
Your definition?
Has a vagina.
Same, has a vagina.
Wait, well, just to be clear, transgender women can get a surgery that gives them what they would call a vagina. So
Now,
just want to clarify.
They wouldn't
when you
be
guys
biological, but they would
Right.
be a woman, a
You'd say-
transgender woman. And
So
I do,
just yes, that's what I'm
transgender
getting
woman.
to because I don't consider the transgender surgery what they do, the bottom surgery. That's not a vagina. So I just want to be really precise in our language here. Are you saying a woman born female with a vagina?
So
or?
a woman who's born with a vagina, and then a transgender who goes through the surgery is transgender woman. What other people want to call themselves and do, yeah, that's up to you to label.
Okay, so are you agreeing with her?
I'm agreeing with the same.
Okay, so a transgender
I
woman
do
is a
see a
woman.
distinction between the two, but they're both women.
Okay. What is a woman?
A woman is someone who either presents themselves as a woman or goes through the process to be able to present themselves as a woman, because there's a difference between sex and gender.
Okay. And what is a woman?
Like, a woman is a person with a vagina, but like I know people are sometimes born with no complete vagina.
Like intersex?
Hermaphrodite.
Intersex?
Intersex, like they have both. Like
They can be. They would call those chimeras or hermaphrodites.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about those cases, but there are cases that like their genes are like
XXY?
no, but like XX, but however they're
Sure, they're still
like,
males.
No, they're females.
XX is male. XY is. Or I'm sorry, XY is male. XX is female.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you can have XXY,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
And things
but-
like this where you're still the opposite sex.
Yes, but I'm not talking about that
Here,
case.
okay. What
like,
is a woman? Just define it.
a woman is a person with a complete vagina, or like they have problems with their vagina, but they were raised up like as a social female.
Okay, so you're talking like a birth defect.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. What about transgender women? Are they women?
Like Do they still have a penis?
But I'm a bit
No,
confused
we're
because
just
you
asking
said
you what-
born. You said born with a
didn't-
vagina.
No, I said with a vagina, I think.
Yes.
Oh, you said a woman is someone with a vagina, not
Yes.
born with a vagina.
Right.
Okay, so that would include at least in your view, that would include transgender women.
Do they still have dicks?
Yeah, they cut
Sure,
their dick
let's
off.
say they get rid of the
If it-
penis.
Yeah, then it's okay.
Okay.
Then it's one. Okay, cut one follow up on that. Can a male become a female?
Well. Okay.
They can do whatever they please and identify with, but personally, I just and
Well, hold on. So I'm asking you a question.
yes,
So there's gender.
Can a man
Hold on,
become a
hold on.
woman?
No. There's gender and sex. So I'm
Yes.
talking gender. Can a man can become a woman? I think some of you are going to say yes. If we're talking about sex, can a male become a female?
if it's not about gender, no.
Okay.
Can a male become a female?
I don't think I get the question.
Can you scoot your mic that way?
think
a
I
little bit?
do.
Yeah.
So the separation between sex and gender. Gender is your expression of how you identify. Sex is your actual
Chromosomes,
physical
yes.
body.
Yes.
Can a male actually become a female?
Quick answers if
Yes.
you can, guys.
Yes.
If they're a hermaphrodite and you have both inside of you,
I'm speaking in generalities here. I'm not looking for the.
I'm even willing to
The
accept it.
fringe.
I'm
Yeah.
actually willing to accept the specifics. So if you think a hermaphrodite can become the other sex, I think that's fine.
yeah.
Okay.
But but I don't think we got really definitive there. Can a male become a female?
So yeah, so if he was presenting, but he has ovaries,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
But that's okay. But how about there aren't birth defects? Like an otherwise normal, healthy male, can they become a female?
He can't have. He can become a woman, but female with
sure.
ovaries. If you're looking
Can't
at
become a female.
biological,
Okay. What about you?
No.
No.
Not completely the same as.
Okay. I just want to point out, all of you who said a woman is this, that, you're all you're all science deniers. All of you are science deniers. Biology is a hard science.
Hard.
It's not a soft science like psychology and sociology.
And economics.
Hard sciences like biology, for example, with established facts, it's not up for negotiation. It's not up for debate.
sure.
Just to be clear.
I think that depends. So for me, I would ask this. Why do you, specifically you, as a hetero, married, happily, as you mentioned, man, why do you care?
Well, I'll dive into it and I'll show you why. Actually, this is I'm sorry. I know I was having a conversation. You couldn't help but butt in. Go ahead.
I feel like I kind of
And I
understand
don't care.
why.
But anyway, so back to this conversation over here. I can't
I'm
believe
on
that you
your
just
side.
butted in while we were having the discussion, but you couldn't help yourself. But here's the thing. I think that that's a fair question. And I'll explain my position. But let's start with this. I want to show you something that's super important.
Okay.
In philosophy, we call this an infinite regress. An infinite regress would be if I ask you, in this case, for a definition, and you give me the thing that I'm asking about as the definition, it infinitely regresses. And I'm going to show you how this works in real time. So I asked you, what is a woman? And you said a woman's anybody who identifies as a woman. That seems fair, right? Okay. Is she a woman?
To me, looking at her sitting here, yes.
Am I a woman?
No, because you definitely don't present and have stated that you are not.
That seems fair, that there's distinctions between the two of us. Mm-hmm. So if I ask the criteria again, what differentiates me from her? If you say a woman's anyone who identifies as a woman, okay, I'm a woman.
All right.
What differentiates us now?
Well, despite the fact you became a woman 5 seconds
Sure.
ago.
But I am now.
Physically.
What
just the physical.
What differentiates us?
The physical characteristics of being female. At this point in your transition, ma'am, that's a big difference.
And what are those differences?
I don't see boobs. I don't think there's a vagina present.
Then it sounds to me like when you say woman, you actually don't mean anybody who says woman, because that doesn't give you enough information. It sounds like you mean there has to be other criteria there.
Just
Otherwise,
off
how could
looking.
you? Otherwise, how could you make the distinction?
Because you would tell me, like you just did, you'd say, guidance, I'm a woman. And from there on out, I would respect you.
But why
as a
is
woman.
it that you would instantly see her as a woman and not instantly see me as one?
But the same reason why you would look at me and say African American and not Latina.
That makes
Hispanic.
sense. So if I were to say like black definitionally, I might
Mm-hmm.
point to like skin, I might point to hair, I might point to all sorts of physical differentials,
That's right.
I would not say anybody who identifies as black, would I?
Nope.
Why?
Because you can't really and truly choose that race is different than sex.
Yeah, but hang on.
back to
Before,
earlier,
I'm not
like-
saying they're the same.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
there's-
asking
so
you
why
this.
compare
I'm just
them?
asking you this one question.
Yep.
What would make me not black?
You're not. You don't. You're
So
not
if you
black.
gave a definition of black versus white, you would be pointing to criteria,
'Cause that's
which made a
race.
differential between black and white.
You can't
But how is
choose
it
that,
you
though.
can look at
Michael
me and
Jackson
say,
did.
how is it that you can look at me and say man, look at her and say woman?
Because you are
But the second
presenting
I
as
say,
man.
but I identify as a woman, suddenly those distinctions go away. That's an infinite regress. What that means is, what is a woman? A woman's anyone who says they're a woman. Yeah, but what is that though? Well, anyone who says they're that thing. But what is that? Anyone who says they're that. But what is it though? It's anyone who says they're it, right?
I don't think the people. There's no one asking that
but-
question.
Yeah, but
other than
that's what they
people
are
like
asking.
you.
What- that
that's
is what
just-
they're asking. And so the thing
That's
is,
what y'all are asking.
Yeah, it
but
is what-
true
it is
people
what we
who
all are asking.
on that spectrum,
But
we
it's
don't
super-
care.
but it-
no
no,
one
yeah,
else
I know you
cares
don't care, but it's
other
super
than
important to us.
men who are not happy with the state of
but
males
it's still
in the
super
country
important to
and the
us
world.
because
To who's us?
Yeah, so
Who's
to the
us?
people who don't believe in the ideology
There you go.
of,
I think that
of
answers
wait
it,
a
doesn't
second,
it?
anybody can just identify as anything to become that thing. You say, no, they can't. But when I say, what's a woman? You say, anybody who identifies as a woman. I say, well, what distinguishes me from her? This. And then I say, okay, so what is a woman? Well, anybody who identifies as a woman. You're not pointing at anything. You have an empty label. It points to nothing.
I think because
Listen. I want to explain this so that
You've
you
been
know.
explaining it.
It's a logical. It's actually logically fallacious.
Mm-hmm.
It's called an infinite regress fallacy. What you're doing is you're infinitely regressing. So you're just always saying the same thing, but never pointing to anything. So if I were to tell you, if I were to ask you, what's a guitar? And you said anything I point to and say it's a guitar. Have you told me what a guitar is?
no. But I think most people, when you say guitar, they form an image of a guitar in their mind.
Yeah,
so
I
if
agree.
you just say, I mean, hey, if
I
you want
totally
to play
agree.
a drum as a guitar, you can do that. But I think
I totally agree with
we're
this.
removing the human experience from all of this.
It's only the
because-
human experience which can identify what is a guitar. Who can make a
Right.
guitar besides a human?
Oh, I don't know.
Nobody. Nothing can make a guitar but a human, as far as we know. So if that's the case, when I say, what is a guitar? And you say anything I point to and say it's a guitar, you say, that tells me nothing. I agree. If I asked you this question, and just describe it for me,
Mm-hmm.
what is a guitar?
An instrument with strings.
What does it look like?
There's so many shapes of guitars.
Yeah, but what do they generally at least look like?
long stick, strings, and a bottom part. I don't even know what you call
So
that.
based on that, I can at least say that I can rule out everything without strings as an instrument as not being a guitar, right?
Sure. If
Now
you
we're getting
choose.
now we're getting to what a definition is, right?
Sure.
And that's the distinction between an empty label and a definition. When you say that's a guitar, at least I can point to what that is. When you say anything I point to is a guitar, that tells me fucking nothing about what a guitar
So
is.
are we so simple-minded in 2025
No,
that
broad-minded.
if we don't have a distinct
Hang on.
description for a person, their sexuality, their preferences, if we can't define it, it's not right. If
Not
we
even-
can't define, oh, no, I listened to
yeah.
you for a long time.
Okay, go ahead.
If we can't define it, it's wrong. If we can't define it, it's confusing. If we can't define it, it's not scientific. There are a lot of things in science and biology and history and art that are undefinable. You cannot define a person. And honestly, just blatantly speaking, people like you do not have a seat at the table because it's not for you.
We're the only ones who have the seat at the table.
That table is just for y'all. But I would think that I know that the people who are on the rainbow spectrum, we don't care.
Yeah, but
y'all do, and it's interesting because I feel all I hear behind it to me is we don't understand y'all, so we feel threatened.
No.
Why? What are you threatened by? Does my fake penis really do something that big to the male ego? Does my strap really do that?
You do understand.
I guess it does.
You do understand us.
Wow.
It sounds to me like you're saying you do understand us, and we feel threatened by that.
No.
So, well, it has to be the case. It has to be the
define
case.
us. Why do you have to define us?
Well, here's the thing. It has to be the case.
Does it?
Yeah, logic. You can't beat logic.
You can't put logic to love and human experience.
Right, you can't put logic.
It's unquantifiable.
Right, logic is the one thing you can't ever refute.
Is love logical? Have you experienced love?
Actually, love is logical. Yes.
Or is it emotion? It can be. And
no,
when
it's not.
Gets
can
to
be.
That point,
it is logical.
No, we just ran the experiment.
It is logical.
No. We just ran the experiment in front of everyone here.
Yeah.
Based on swipes.
Yeah.
There's no logic in a swipe. You get a 5-6 second. Oh, I like that. I don't like that. I like what I see. I don't like what I see. And then you get into the deeper.
Hang on. Let me respond. Let me
person.
respond. Actually, there is. Not only is there a logic to it, but the whole reason we're having the discussion is about the logic of it. Just because if you say, well, what happens, Andrew, is that there's an influx of emotion which, based on these emotions, humans have interactive experiences where they swipe left, swipe right, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's within the compliance of logic. There's absolutely nothing illogical about that. Saying I have emotions, therefore I act on emotions, logically follows. There is nothing illogical about that. There is, however, something highly illogical about giving an empty label to a definition of a thing you're trying to describe. That's completely illogical.
I don't think the label can't. I mean, I don't know the history of it.
We're not talking about labels. We're talking about defining a thing so that it can be even understood.
At the end of the day, I don't care what the person, who the person I'm interacting with, whatever their label or definition for themselves is, that's great for them.
So would it be fair to say you don't care about logic?
I don't care about descriptors and
which would be
logic.
So can you even have logical interactions without descriptors?
Heck yeah.
How?
And if you can't, then that
is there a
leaves
single
lot to be
thing
said
that you can logically express without a descriptor? All words are descriptors.
Yeah.
Aren't all words descriptors? Yeah, but how do you describe feelings?
With words.
Yeah, exactly. So all words are descriptors. When you say feelings, you're describing something.
I think our disconnect is I'm not disagreeing with you as far as there are labels, there are definitions. I'm not talking about labels. There are words to describe people. There are scientific terms and things to describe genitalia. None of that's false. 1,000% with you. I think my personal standpoint on that is none of that matters to those that it doesn't matter to, but to those that it does, that's great. Is there, if you want to quantify that information and use it in your dating experience, like by all means, but for me as a person, the first thing I'm asking or looking for when I swipe left or right or talk to a person is not, is your vagina surgical or biological? It just isn't.
But this doesn't answer the question, like, how come I'm not black?
I don't know. You have to ask your mom that.
You don't know why I'm not black? Mm-mm. You don't know?
No.
I just want you to look me in the eyes and say, I don't know why you're not black.
You also can't get surgery to
I just want to make sure
as black either.
Yeah, I could.
I know of.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And did Michael Jackson get surgery?
Yeah. He became white.
Cancer, I think.
Yeah, but did he get surgery also? Yes. Yeah. And so the thing is like, if I could get surgery, that would make my skin look like your skin. Mm-hmm. Am I black?
That depends. Do I care? No. I mean,
that is my question about whether you care or if I am black.
It kind of is, because if you ask a person who really debated that kind of thing with people and that kind of stuff mattered, of course they'd have an opinion and they'd have an answer.
So you have no opinion on if I bleached or in some way change my skin to be black,
Nope.
would I be black?
Your experience of blackness, authentic or not, biological or not, is yours. My authentic experience of blackness is mine. Your experience as a newly...
Would I be black
This is a
or
weird
not?
experience. That's not up to me.
No.
That he just doesn't answer any. You just don't answer questions. This is the biggest problem with this whole ideology, right? Is like you can't answer a single question. You go.
I'm not even
You just
asking
go
the
like this. You
question.
just
I
go like
think
this. You
that's
just
why.
go, maybe. And it's like it tells us nothing about anything. It just literally tells.
Because we don't care. I think it's
Okay.
only our age group and up that's
I get
really
what you're
like
saying.
microscopic.
There's
relating
nothing to
them
get.
each other.
Yeah,
in the
it's hard.
mind.
There's nothing to
Very
get.
much.
No, I.
What I'm saying is
Can I-
objectively true, and what she's
Can I
saying
go
is
off of what you're
objectively
saying?
nothing.
So when you're saying if you suddenly got a surgery and became black tomorrow, would you be considered black by everybody? And the thing.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Would you be seen as black?
Nope, that's not what I'm asking
He's
either.
just
I think he's
if he's
asking,
black.
is he
No.
Would
black?
he be? So like if we're relating it back to gender.
What
and,
am I
like,
asking? Start with this before you straw man the entire position and fuck it all up. What am I
I'm trying to
asking?
just
What
go
am
off
I
what you're
asking?
saying.
Hang
We
on,
started with gender, didn't we?
Stop
We started with
spurging.
gender.
Stop spurging, and just answer my question. What am I actually asking? And then I'll tell you if it's wrong. What I'm actually asking.
Would you be considered
No.
or seen as black?
Nope.
He's,
Would he
he's
be
just
black,
asking,
I
is
think?
he
No.
black?
Black.
I'm not asking
Explain.
about perception. I'm not asking about any of that.
Would you be?
I'm asking, would I be? So let me ask you this again. That's why I don't allow people to straw man my position with bullshit. If
going
I
off of
were
the gender part
to
of it.
somehow go through and get all of my skin reconstructed to look exactly like hers, would I actually be black or not?
In my opinion, no.
Okay, thank you.
But
That's
to
why I
go-
don't.
can we
That's
go
right.
back to gender
That's
real
it.
quick,
No,
though?
no, that's it.
Okay.
The whole debate right now, what you just did was you demonstrated how illogical the entire position is of saying, but if I presented as a woman, you would be. That's fucking absurd by your own logic now.
But if
So
you're
I'm going
dating,
back to
how would
the-
we know that you're not biologically
right.
black?
No, it's
No,
good.
I'm on.
said that.
I want to go
add
off of your
something.
point with that statement in regards to gender and kind of mapping it onto each other. If you decided tomorrow to become a woman and you didn't have the experiences of a lifetime of being a woman,
No man does.
Yeah, I as a cisgender
So then
woman,
no man could become a woman.
I'm going with your point here that I
Yeah.
would be upset.
So then no man can become a woman, can they?
It's for me now.
Thanks for watching. There is hope in Jesus Christ. He will never leave you or forsake you. Like and subscribe and join our Discord for friends and more.